Happy to be with you all this lovely Saturday here in Trinidad and Tobago and around the world. Today we have with us a very, very special guest, a special content creator guest of ours. She's been a very good connection on LinkedIn, quite talented, and has lots of stuff to share with us today. We have with us Rachael, what was it, Mc Farlane-Francique. Rachael, the last name is too long.
Oh gosh, big mass man in Trinidad named Mc Farlane, and you can't see that man? What's going on?
Yeah, I know. The brain is freezing up. But sometimes you're known as Ray Pencil Juggler. Is that true?
Well, yes, I admit. Ray Pencil Juggler.
So can you tell me how that came about?
Well, last December, that's 2020, I got together with the In Clubhouse to teach an Elf Yourself workshop. So usually I do drawing workshops.
Wait, before you go on, make the differentiation between In Clubhouse and the popular social audio, live audio platform called Clubhouse. It's two different things, right? Yes?
Definitely two different things. And I must say that the In Clubhouse existed long before Clubhouse, because before we were ever on lockdown, I taught my first live drawing workshop with the In Clubhouse. So it's a part of the incentivized network. So IN in caps before Clubhouse.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
I hope that's clear. So last December, we had something called the Elf Yourself Christmas workshop, where I taught children to draw themselves like elves. And we picked a very cool, well, we didn't pick it, an elf name for each child. There's something that I built on the website to generate random elf names. And mine was Pencil Juggler. So I thought, how fitting. And I've kept it ever since.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And tell us, okay, so now that you've given us that story, the story sets some context for who you are. So tell us who you are and what you do.
All right. Well, I am Rachael Avion, big government name you get in here, Mc Farlane-Francique. I'm married to Mr. Francique. And so I am a mother of 4, and I've been drawing for a really long time. My parents said I was drawing before I was even writing. And of course, with our local parents, sometimes we're not encouraged to do the things that we really love. And so from early on, Daddy said, what, draw? You afraid money or what? And so I pursued other things at school, right? I did general studies for CXE. My degree is in computing and information systems. I was a business systems analyst for 12 years. But still, behind all that, I've been drawing and all that. And I was using this artistic talent to teach my children. So you get home from school, you have schoolwork, you have homework. Sometimes they don't understand concepts. And so we draw it out. We draw stuff, we make learning content. And that dovetailed into Smirk Studio, where I began illustrating learning content for, whoever needs it. And so there's a slight change to what Smirk was when we started and what we are evolving into now. But pretty much that's Rachael in a nutshell. Pencil juggler, drawing for in season, out of season to catch up with the right season, as we say in Trinidad.
That's an amazing story. So you didn't start off your journey as say, I'm going to be this illustrator. It actually was a skill that you had that was kind of more or less dormant, and the right context arrived. And it had relevance, and you began to do it more, and then it turned into something else. How long ago was this? When did the course change? How long ago was this?
So Smirk Studio began, and by Smirk Studio I mean when I started drawing for others. That could have been 6 years ago. Mind you, I only registered this year, but 6 years ago I've been drawing.
No time like the present, man.
I'm telling you, I've been drawing for others and doing computer graphics. So all of that was self-taught, because in school, while we did web design for the degree, we did not do graphics and illustration and that sort of thing. So it really was a journey of passion to teach myself this thing and then be at a standard where I could share it with others.
That's wonderful. I have some questions to ask you there, but let me recognize some of the people who are making comments on LinkedIn. Tanya is doing her usual UCC content community posts with her bulbs and a hashtag UCC Live. She says, "Hi, Rachel."
Hi,
Jared is
hello.
saying, "Happy Saturday, everyone." Thanks, Jared, for commenting. I appreciate that. And Tanya, no, I
Yeah.
did not stand you up on Thursday. We had a show, Tanya, if that's what you're saying. Rachel came and she commented before she went to bed. She said, I'm just commenting really quick before I go to bed. Yes, we did
I'm
have a show with
sorry.
Jamal Marshall on Thursday. We did have a show, Tanya. So go back and watch the replay. I hope that's what you mean. If not, let me know in the comments what you're saying. And don't forget, when you comment, to drop your bulbs and your hashtag UCC Live for those on Facebook, YouTube, and on LinkedIn. All right. So
I should say though, Juma, I
uh-huh.
can't see anybody's comments here, so I don't want anybody to feel like I'm ignoring them. Or look at she, we enjoying, so you can't see it. No, I can't because of because of
Don't
my
worry, don't
setup.
worry. Don't worry, it's all
So
right. It's okay. I got you. I got you. I'm
you
gonna
are the
tell you what
comments
everyone's
juggler.
saying. Yeah, I'm the comments juggler today. You know, I've been practicing.
Sweet, nice.
So Dana also says, "Hi everyone, hashtag UCC Live and drop many bulbs." Tanya says she stands corrected. We're just here to make sure everybody doesn't miss anything, Tanya. So thank you so much for coming on today and sharing that with us. If I had missed the show, I would want you to keep me accountable. So that's a good thing. You know, so that's not bad. All right. So you said that there was a journey to the place, and you learned a lot of stuff on your own. What was that process like of taking a skill that you really kind of had dormant and bringing it to a place where it was commercial almost?
All right. So I'd say bittersweet. The sweet part being this is something that you love. So if you draw something that looks awful the first time, you don't care. You still keep drawing because you love to draw, right? But bitter because there's a lot of self-doubt that goes with it. A lot of self-doubt. And so you're wondering, oh my goodness, is this the right thing? And am I doing this correctly? Am I approaching this correctly? And I'm still at that place where there's some things, not with respect to illustration, but with respect to how I share my talents with the world. I'm wondering, am I doing the right thing? So there's always, that bitter and sweet that goes into it and still does. I don't think that'll end at all.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing because that happens to a lot of people and a lot of content creators and people in business in general, that they're wondering if they're doing it the right way. And with your particular skill, I could see how there could be some level of like, is this the right way to, should I just draw for people and let them pay me there? Should I create a series? So what are some of the things that you were juggling in your head? What was that process of these things? What were some of the options that you saw before you that you had to choose from?
Very early on, one of the options was, for example, do I go digital, meaning do I make digital art, or do I stay in my sketchbook? So I have an example of a sketchbook like with old stuff that I did. I don't know if you can see. Let me shift right. So
ooh.
this is colored pencil, right? Yeah, yeah, it's colored pencil. So that's how I started. Colored pencils and markers and stuff. And the issue I was having with that is, well, beside the fact that colored pencil takes a really very long time to do, especially at the detail that I was aiming for, you also have the question of photography. So when you draw something at a very high quality and then you photograph it and the whites look gray and the grays look green, there's an issue. And so after you photograph, you have to clean up and you have to do all the graphic stuff to get it looking the way you want it to look in post-production. And so I was like, okay, do I keep with the colored pencil or do I go digital? And then, so of course I chose digital, but then that in itself took a bit of a learning curve, if you will, because the stylus doesn't feel the same way. And of course, I didn't always have a stylus. And so you had to draw with the mouse. I don't know if anybody's ever tried that, but that could lead to tears and carpal tunnel and all kind of other things. So that was one of my considerations, digital or on the paper, analog, if you will. I chose digital and don't look back. But one of the things I like to do is to go into nature, open space, and just draw. So I still do that, but I don't market that. You can imagine how horrible it would be to illustrate an entire children's book with color pencils and then have the drama of photography and post-production. So that was just one of the examples, but I feel like I'm rambling like crazy. So I let you get to him.
It's good stuff. Mark and both Mark and Dana. Mark said that looks awesome.
Oh, thank
Referring
you.
to your drawing, and Dana said it looks amazing. So yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
definitely not rambling. You're giving us good examples of your process and how you move from one thing to the next. And this is close to me because I am an old graphic designer. I used to draw a whole lot. Today, I'm not going to show any of my drawings because clearly
Please.
it's not what anything I could have done today. But I do have some of my, as you mentioned, kids. I do have some of my kids' drawings I'm going to show. I don't expect you to do a full critique, but I asked them to bring some stuff over because they are drawing as well. And of course,
Right.
when I first started to see your content on LinkedIn, I was like, oh, this is so amazing. I went to the website and I love the feel of the characters there. You know, it's so
Thank you.
joyful and
Yeah, I tend to lean toward this side of crazy. And so my mother would be like, but Rachel, what stupidness you drawing? So you have to push past all that because mommy expect the two eyes to be regular size. But no, my people's eyes about there. Sometimes the mouth and the forehead and wherever. But the thing is, if I draw something and I don't inwardly giggle at it,
yes,
I chuck it. I
yes,
chuck it.
yes, yes.
So yeah,
Is that where smirk comes from? Is that where it comes from?
ish. Ish. So I do smirk at almost everything I draw, but also it's actually the name, the first letter in the names of my children. So S for
Ooh,
Stefan. Yeah, I have plenty children. Oh gosh. M for Mikai. I am the I in the middle. R for Ronaldo. K for Cara. I have 4 children. So,
ah,
and in the beginning of Smirk, a lot of what I drew, like I said before, hinged on them.
right.
And sometimes my second son, he loves to draw. And sometimes he's like, Mommy, what's this pig? I draw a police pig. And he draw the pig and he's like, do better than that. And so it's a big drawing challenge going on and all kind of thing. So very much the stuff that I did had a lot to do with them. So kill 2 birds with 1 stone in that name.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful origin story. I love to hear the origin stories of people's businesses and their brands and their names, and that definitely has significance.
Thank
You
you.
know,
I never put that up on my website though. I should.
yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, or you could say it on the useful content creation show. Either way works fine.
I know, right?
Either way works fine. Let me show you some of
Yes.
these. I asked them to grab some drawings that they've been doing. So I have 2 daughters. They're 7 and 9, and that's why I was so interested in your work because I felt like
Right.
it would be perfect for them.
Right.
All right, let me see if I can. Maybe
Now,
this
if
might
I'm
be.
coming close, I should tell everybody if you notice I'm coming closer, it's because I'm on the phone. Not that I really want my head to feature.
All right, so this
There
is.
is no, there is no way that somebody who is 9 drew that Juma.
Well, you'll be happy to know it's not a 9-year-old that drew this; it's a 7-year-old. So I always tell them sign.
Goodness,
I always tell them sign their
yeah,
name and put the date. She just puts her name
yeah,
alone here.
and the date, always for the
Yeah,
date as well.
date, sign, and put the date. I always tell them that, and they halfway
Yeah.
listen to me sometimes. I don't know why.
Oh
Maybe
gosh,
because
this is fantastic.
let me see
First
if I
of
can
all,
find
let me
something.
just say, when you're coloring, of course, by all means, bring on the next piece of artwork. But I just wanted to say something really quickly. When you're coloring, the fine motor skills, the muscles in your hand gets a proper workout. And so it
Right.
makes penmanship easier. So based on that coloring with no white spaces, if you do not have beautiful penmanship now, Juma, expect beautiful penmanship very soon.
Well, actually, they do have beautiful penmanship. I will show you. Let
Yeah,
me show you. This
yeah.
is the second
And this is
one.
why their hand muscles on point.
Okay.
I think you have to come closer to the
I think
camera
it's
for
too.
that
I think it's.
one.
I think it's too bright. Let me
Yeah.
reduce the thing a little
I
bit so you
yeah.
can see it. Yeah.
It's so cute. Are they
Right.
ghosts or Pokemon? What is cute? What
And
is it?
I don't know what it is. They look at cartoons and they draw stuff. So you can see this one. She got it right. She signed her name and she
With
put
the
the
date.
date. And this is the her actual handwriting. So this is
You
that's
see,
you know.
there are adults that don't have that handwriting. So that's a trick. That's how I fool my children into practicing penmanship. I give them something to color and I say, no white spaces, eh? Nobody with white spaces getting stickers, you know what I mean? And so now we're at a place where we have some fine handwriting. So enjoy those things.
Yeah. And let me
Yes.
just show you real quick. So this is another one. She spelled order wrong, but she just kind of turned it
It
back.
doesn't matter. I have so much
Yeah,
televisions made of cardboard that's not spelled right. It's
you
so
know, so this is another one.
wonderful. Hey,
And that's the
but
7-year-old. And
they,
let me just show you some for the 9-year-old, and then we'll move on, right? So she's her mature
so that
drawings
was
are
a,
more
wait now. I
mature.
thought you were mixing it. That was a 7-year-old penmanship.
Yeah, that's the 7-year-old. That's her stuff,
But
right?
nah,
And this is the she's drawing like this. Maybe I need to reduce this something.
white. Yeah, it's white. You have to.
So this is her drawing. She's drawing. This is
Is
the
it possible for you to come closer to the camera
I
with the
can, I can,
drawing?
I can, I can. Let me just fix this here. This is not the usual jam, but yeah, this is her pencil drawings,
She boss. She boss.
right? And let me just run.
Fortunately and unfortunately, there's nothing I can teach her. Um, fantastic,
And last one is this
fantastic.
one. So she's drawing. So she has a more mature way of drawing. So she does some things like
Yeah, yeah. And she's at the stage where everybody is standing at attention.
that. Right.
But
That's
as
a
she begins to experiment with movement and body position, you will see magic. That's so fantastic.
yeah. They I have to admit they got some of the drawing vibes from me.
Yeah,
Um,
well, nobody else there to defend themselves.
not to boast. No, well, their mom would admit that too. So,
Okay.
so this leads into a question. What is your
Mm-hmm.
take on teaching children to be creative?
It's twofold, really. There's merit to teaching technique, as in how best to hold your pencil, how to shade, how to introduce light, how to build a scene. Even, in terms of composition, ruler thirds, put your focus here, that sort of thing. How to show expression on a face, how different feelings and so on. So there's merit in teaching those techniques. So you
Yes.
give them those tools and then you say, go make something. As opposed to, I'm teaching you how to draw a leaf. This is the shape of a leaf. Put 4 spines in it. The leaf has chlorophyll, so it has to be green. No. We give them the tools that they need and say, okay, this is how we would approach something. And then we allow them to be free.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so there's a line that we ought not cross, because what happens is, if there are children who pursue it out of passion like your children, and then you say, no, 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 this nose has to be straight, and in order to draw a face we have to put the eye line and the nose line and the mouth line and put this here and put that there, they go fed up with it after 2 drawings, and you don't want that. Yeah, my son does draw everything with sharp teeth. And we had to cancel a hike one time because he was seeing wolf footprints and he didn't want to go forward.
Was
But
it?
when he drawing, you feel his joke, but when he drawing everything teeth sharp.
Right.
So,
Right.
right, so there's big oxymoron, but I let him, do what he must.
Right.
Um, yeah, so that's the line really. You teach them techniques, but you don't tell them what to draw or even when to draw.
Right. 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 I don't know. I just think it's something that that it kind of comes out, and I guess you would know the techniques behind it and how to identify the particular talents in
Right,
kids and stuff like that.
right.
But that story with your son brings me to an interesting segue and a question. Okay, I'm going to put up this word, and I want you to tell me what it means and how you use it. Right?
Oh gosh.
Are you seeing?
Oh
Are you
gosh,
seeing
I
that
hope I
word?
know it. I'm not. You may have to read it for me.
Let me read it for you. And I didn't want to read it because I'm probably going to get it wrong. It says
Oh,
anthropomorph
anthropomorphism.
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 Right,
So,
anthropomorphism.
all right. So, I don't know if you remember back in the primary school days when they taught us literary devices.
Mhm.
One of the devices that they always taught us was personification.
Yes,
And they taught us that it is giving inanimate objects life.
yes.
Um, that is not, in fact, personification. That's anthropomorphism. That's what it is.
Right,
So personification is referring to something that doesn't have human characteristics as having human characteristics. So you see, the cane danced in the wind. That's
Right.
personification, because all the cane doing is dancing. But if the sugar cane said to the other stalk, "Hey, this sun is hot," that's anthropomorphism. So it's like
Right.
personification on steroids.
Right. Right.
So yeah, so I refer to myself as loving anthropomorphism because I will always have a pencil with teeth and a jersey with eyes and them thing talking and all kind of drama. I take it up a few notches from personification. I'm glad that you asked me something that I knew. I was very, very worried there.
Yeah. I got your back. I got your back. I'm keeping it safe.
Thank you. Oh, great.
So let's look at some of that. I'm gonna go to your Instagram feed. I'm gonna
All
share that.
right.
Let me switch around this a little bit. Maybe I can get it right. Or
All
maybe I could
right.
even take us off screen. Let me hide us. Let me do solo. They'll still be able to hear us, but they would not be able to see us. Okay.
Oh, no
Okay.
worries.
Okay. So this is your Instagram feed right here.
And I am picking my nose right now.
You are. Yeah. I can see us still, people, so I can confirm that is true.
Shucks, that didn't work. That didn't work. Oh gosh, tell me when you can't see me.
All right. Okay. So this is one where you spoke about anthropomorphism. I'm trying to get right. And
No scene. Oh, remember, I can't see the illustrations that you're choosing, so you can
okay.
just
Let me tell you.
describe it to me.
Let me describe to you. So this is one. It's a post on Instagram. It was done earlier this month, actually, on the 2nd, and it shows the peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
Remember?
Yes.
Right. So the peanut butter and jelly, and then it shows macaroni and cheese.
Right.
And then you remember the third one?
It was bacon and egg.
Bacon and egg, and they're so cute. They're so cute. You know,
Thank you.
it's lovely, and I guess this is what anthropomorphism is.
That thing. That thing. Personification on steroids.
Personification on steroids, and believe me, I love literature when I was in school. The best book I've read is still the Pearl. So it's so yeah, it looks really it's beautiful, and I'm looking at them right now on your Instagram. So if you want to see more of Rachael's work, go check out her Instagram. It's Smoke Studio TT. Yes, that's what it is. It's Smoke Studio TT. Go check it out. I actually have it here. Let me put it up on screen here. Let me take out the word and put it up on screen here so people can see. I know you can't see it, but the people can see it.
Yeah.
Which is
I trust you. I trust you.
Right. All right. So let me hide this. Let me take this off, and let's come back on screen here. Let me hide this right here. Good. Let me get back into some of the comments on LinkedIn. So Robert said hi a long time ago. Hi, Robert. So we didn't hear you earlier. Robert. We were on a track here. Robert Berry and Mark Lauren came in with UCC Live. Thanks, guys. Throw your bulbs up. Don't forget that is part of the culture of this side of the internet and the useful content creation community. Tanya is saying, "Wow, amazing art, Rachael." She's wowed by it.
Thank you. I'm blushing.
And, so it looks really great. Dana is saying, oh, she's referring to when I was talking about the case. She said, "Oh, that's wonderful. We can turn that art into a children's book." Maybe they might. I want them to write their own book. No pressure.
Yeah,
they should.
Yeah.
And Tanya said early on, she said, "I don't believe you can teach creativity. I believe in fostering and nurturing the creativity by providing them with the tools, which you, Rachael, are great at providing." So that's what Tanya is saying. And Micah is saying, "Good day to all." Hi, Micah. We know we love to see you here. Thanks for jumping in. So those are the comments. So what do you think about what Tanya said? She said she doesn't believe you can teach creativity.
I completely agree, and that's exactly what I was trying to say, I guess, less articulately. We give them tools and techniques, right? We don't say, we may suggest, that will make a good animation or something like that. But you can't say, okay, we're going to do this now. This is how you do this. I mean, you could say that, but it's not going to be received in the way that you would think that it's received. And then sometimes they have ideas in their mind, that you haven't even perceived. And so when you drill your concepts in their mind, they tend to forget theirs. So we want to have them develop theirs rather than just adopt yours and bolt off. So, yeah.
Agreed, most definitely. And I've seen in my own kids, and this may be quite anecdotal, but I've seen in my own kids where when I give them kind of just guidance. I gave them space. They come up with stuff that I didn't. Because when my youngest came up with that kind of red rose-colored thing, she started drawing it. And I was like, "What is that?" She said that she's drawing a flower, but she's drawing from the top view, from the top down. I'm like saying, "Okay, well,
Take
fine."
that.
It's like,
Take
go ahead,
that.
feel free. And she
Yeah.
literally she took that off the wall. That's one of her favorite drawings. She took it off the wall to give it to me because I said, which are your favorite? And she grabbed that one off the wall. Anyway.
Yeah, you see?
So,
even if you had said, here now, draw a rose from a bird's eye view. Sometimes they just don't feel to draw that and you get something totally different, way less quality. So it's just, here, look, the crayon's gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So facilitating that process is important.
Indeed. So you're always on hand to give tips like, okay, this paper is not good for the marker. The marker will bleed through this one. If you want to blend from one color to another, it's best to put the lighter one down. So you teach techniques.
Yes.
I wouldn't say use the yellow and green, that sort of thing.
Yes. Micaiah is saying he's on your Instagram page right now and he just followed it. Please trademark and copyright your creativity if you haven't. What do you think about that, copywriting and trademarking creativity?
I have not formally. There are some things that I have documented, and so once there's a timestamp on, then it's kind of the quick way to copyright something. So I wouldn't slap copyright Rachael Mc Farlane on. I might, slap a logo on, definitely. I won't upload anything with a logo. Or I would document something, mail it to myself, ideas and concepts and that sort of thing. But in terms of formally going out and getting a lawyer to do things, I have not done that. I've looked into it, but I've not done that. Is he suggesting ways for me to do it that are much more efficient than my current ways?
I don't know. I don't know if Micaiah is suggesting that. He's probably just seeing the work and saying, we don't want to lose this, which I would say too. Actually, there's a trademark lawyer out of Miami. He's a really good guy, Marlon, out of Miami, who is helping a few people trademark things and stuff like that. And he's a good guy to talk to on LinkedIn. Even if you can't do business with him, but he gives good advice.
Right,
and
of course.
he's from the Caribbean, so he's for Caribbean people. So
that is lovely. Because I am a girl, I am very passionate about what we have here in Trinidad, and I feel as though we're losing it with every new generation, This morning I said something. What is it that I said? Oh, I was telling my son is 15. I was telling him, my father used to wake me up in the middle of the night to catch Jones because I will get up stupid, right? So he would say, Rachael, get up. And I get up and I trying to climb the wall and all kind of things. So I was telling my son, they used to wake me up in the middle of the night to catch Jones. And my lovely 15-year-old son will ask, what is catch Jones? Who is Jones, mommy?
Yeah. Jones?
And I said, dude, so there are things that we lose as part of our culture, the scintillating language that we have. We lose it when we don't share it with the children. So I try as much as possible to squeeze stuff like that into the illustration as well. So I'm definitely very, very, hopefully, I come off as very, very Caribbean in my approach.
For international audience who does not know what catching Jones is or have never had somebody catch Jones on their head, could you explain to the people what that means?
It simply means to laugh at somebody.
Yes.
And I like that you said to catch Jones on somebody's head. The literal translation would be to have a laugh at someone else's expense.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it would be. That's very, very true. So Micaiah is suggesting that speak to an attorney and you could reach out to him if you want to. You can talk to Micaiah and DM him afterwards.
Yeah, I think we're a connection on LinkedIn as well. Yeah. So I will heal him out.
Okay, great.
You out, man.
So let's all now jump into this is the activity part of the discussion. I have with me a clipboard, a very nondescript clipboard here. And I have behind me, I am the keeper of pencils here in my office. Right?
Putting us to shame here, boy.
Look, I have my little thing here. So I want to take this guy out. And I have lots of pencils in here. She's falling over. And why I have a paintbrush? This paintbrush is enough for painting. This is to dust the equipment.
Yeah, I know about that. My husband is an IT guy, and so when I want paintbrushes for painting, he has other plans.
Yeah, he's right. All right, so I have some pencils here. And so the idea with this is that I'm going to go to your website, right?
Right.
I'm gonna take us off, right? I'm gonna show you a website, right? I want to show it in the stream.
All
Right.
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 You are going to use the patent pending idea making gizmo, are you?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the solo on. People can hear us, but they can't see us. So there's
All right.
something on Rachael's site called the Idea Making Gizmo, which I found to be very entertaining. Can we get this changed? The thing changed. Idea Making Gizmo. Let me see if I can find it here. Idea Making Gizmo. I'll sing this until I find it. Here we go. Idea Making Gizmo. And could you explain to the people while we're finding this out, what is the Idea Making Gizmo?
The idea making gizmo is a gizmo that we have designed within WordPress to generate an idea of something to illustrate, or not necessarily to illustrate. I use it to illustrate, but pretty much anything, any creative spur that you want, the idea making gizmo gives you an idea of what the main character for that thing could be. If you're writing a poem, if you're doing a song, if you're jingling like Juma, right? The idea making gizmo will give you a thing to base that on. It's separated into three parts. One, saying what the thing is, so the noun. Oh my gosh, I'm such a nerd. The noun, the mood of the thing, and oh my gosh, what's the third thing? The
The
activity that the thing
noun.
is doing. So, verb, noun, adjective, if you will.
Yes, verb, noun, adjective. I think that's the combination. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna refresh the page because I think I saw the last one. So what I'm gonna ask people to do, right? If you're at home right now, wherever you are, get some paper out and a
I
pencil,
love this. I love this. Stop on an easy one, please.
and you can play along. I'm gonna try to draw something. Rachel's also gonna try to draw something. We're gonna give ourselves what, 2 minutes or something like that, maybe. Very, very quick.
All right.
Because we don't want to take too long on it, and also I have to keep talking while I'm doing this, so it's double duty for me. So let me refresh your page, and because you can't see Rachael, oh, pencil fell.
You'd read it. Oh gosh.
I read. I got it back. It's back. The pencil is back. I'm gonna read it for you, and hopefully it's not Ray Pencil Juggler again.
All right. Can I also say, Juma, before you refresh the page, a very important step in creating an illustration is reference drawings. And so if you do not know how to draw something, there is no crime in looking up what that thing could look like.
Yes.
The disclaimer, I can't do any references now because I literally just have my phone and the drawing book. So if it come out weird, forgive me. And please participate as well, everybody. This will be so exciting because now just, everybody can be weird on the live today.
Right. Okay. Good. So if references are important, if you don't have one, just do like Rachael and draw it from your brain. No shade on anybody. We're not gonna judge the drawings too harshly.
No.
All right.
There's a high
what I'm
chance
gonna
that
ask
mine
is
will
that
be weird.
it'll be really cool. I'm not sure if anybody's actually gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. Rachael's gonna do it. If you are watching the live or even watching the replay and you draw something, right? And the pencil is back. Why am I kind of be like that? And you draw. It's a green pencil. I should have a red pencil. I know. I don't have a green one.
Shame on you. Shame on you. How off brand.
Yeah, how off brand. It's a nice contrast to it. It looks like a little bit like Christmas.
Yes, the pencil juggler thing going.
Yes, exactly. The elf.
Yes.
And yeah, you could go ahead and draw, and then you can post it in the comments if you want to do that afterwards, right? That'd be cool. All right, so let me refresh the page now and see what we get. I'll tell you what we had before as an example. We're not going to use this, but I'm going to tell you what we had before. Before we had a bored apple moving around in a wagon. That's what we had before. That's not what we're drawing now. We had a bored apple moving around in a wagon. Right?
Gosh, let me put the link
up. Let me put the link up. I'm gonna show the idea making gizmo. Maybe I should make this let me edit this, make it a crawler, update it so people can see it at the bottom of the screen here. So that's the URL for it. If you want to do the idea making gizmo challenge right now, that's what I'm going to call it. The idea making gizmo challenge is from Rachael's site. And let me refresh the page and let's see what we get. Right. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm refreshing the page right now. And let me post this up. Let me solo this. A curious farmer reading a book. That's a curious farmer reading a book. All right,
Okay.
let me put us back up right now so we can talk while we're drawing a curious farmer reading a book. So on should I do a timer for this? I don't want to do a timer.
Right.
Let me just I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah, do a timer. I
all right.
also want to use this opportunity, Juma, to insert as much excuses as I could. Um, in order to make sure you see the image I'm going to be drawing in permanent marker. So
Oh, maybe I should join permanent marker too.
yeah, but the thing with that though, Juma, is you can erase pencil, you can't erase marker.
I don't know why that's a challenge. Do I have one here? I think I lent the kids the marker and they never brought it back.
Lucky you.
I have
I'm surrounded by markers.
I have a what is this? I have a marker cup.
A cup.
You know. And but sometimes I lend them out, I don't get them back. I'm not seeing my fine tip marker here, but that's okay. I love my children very much.
Yeah, I love mine, so I hide my markers.
Yeah, trust me. They're always on. Okay, so let's review. A curious farmer reading a book. All right, so let's start and on three. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're drawing a curious farmer reading a book, right? Okay, get this here.
Because it's 2 minutes, I am just going to try to nail it with a head and a book. I wonder, I don't have a drawing face, right? I was looking at some YouTube videos of like bikers and stuff, and they have a riding face and drummers have a drumming face.
Yes.
I think my face is kind of normal when I draw. So
kind of normal when you draw. I don't know. I think everybody has some degree of expression when they're doing things that are intense. And I think that drawing, despite what people may think, can be very intense. You know?
Yeah. So if I have a drawing face, then I could be forgiven.
If you have a drawing face, then you can be forgiven, most definitely. We're not going to hold it against you by any means, considering the fact that people don't usually get to see you drawing.
True.
And sometimes you discover things about yourself on live streams.
Indeed, indeed.
This
not
farmer,
the best place to discover things.
Especially drawing faces. Oh, should I give the let me give the.
How much time left? Because I think I'm going to scrap my drawing.
We have like 30 seconds left.
Oh, I can't scrap it. Oh gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another minute. You have another minute. So
I'm
gonna give you another minute, right? Oh, shucks. People, it's that breaks. It's yeah. I hope y'all rooting for us because and I hope somebody is drawing out there. Too. This is not turning out the way I expected it to.
So we need some company.
Yeah, we need some company. Is anybody else drawing out there? I don't know. Hopefully they are. I'm gonna go the kind of typical farmer route with I don't know. I think I'm trying to be too literal with this. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's terrible.
All fall down?
No, it's not all fall down. It's okay. All right, and we have like 30 more seconds.
All right.
We're coming in for a landing here. 20 seconds.
Oh gosh.
10.
Oh, I hope I don't lose potential customers with this thing.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. Okay, stop. All right. Oh, Dina's doing the challenge. 60 seconds ago, Micah and we ignored the whole time as far as I see. All right, so by rules of engagement, who should go first? Who should reveal first? You want to reveal first or should I reveal first?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Mine is not very great.
So
So
I expect that you would say that, but I also expect it to not be exactly true from our perspective. It'll be fantastic.
don't do that. Don't do that, Juma.
Right,
Trust
okay.
me.
All right. All right. So let's go. So you can go first, and then I'll go afterwards. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
So
I'll show the guy that I scrapped.
okay, show the guy that you scrapped, and then show the. Oh, that's that stuff. Yeah.
And I
That's
scrapped him because he wasn't obviously a farmer.
no, he wasn't. But he's
And he also, the only curious thing about him is that his eyes are peering over the book.
all right.
So I was like, nah, he's not convincing. But my other guy turned out also not convincing either. So
He has a curious look though. He has the eyes.
yeah,
That's lovely.
yeah, he looking like who making all that noise. I can't hold this thing properly. What happened to me? Right. And so I
Yes.
was drawing the straw hat when you said stop.
Oh yeah, you look at
So
he had like see his eyebrows and his expression is
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Jamila's saying, "Wow, so good, Rachel." Jamila's
Oh,
impressed.
thank you.
You
Oh,
know,
and this might never see the light again, but thank you, Jamila.
my guy is saying, "Wow, he's impressed by your talent and your skill." All right, so
Oh, thank
I'm gonna
you.
share what I have now. Rachel has already given us a 10 out of 10 for expertise. I'm gonna have to reduce the light here, and I'm probably gonna.
Best for last, best for last.
I'm
Very
serious.
seating now.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me position this. Get the sharp. Get the
And
sharpness
big
right.
reveal and thing. Big reveal,
Big
you
reveal.
see
Big
his back
reveal.
a clipboard.
Big reveal. Da-da-da-da-da-da. This is my curious farmer.
Juma, you did that in 2 minutes. You had that waiting there.
I could not have known it was a random generation. I could not have known that there was going to be a curious farmer.
You had two browser windows up and
I,
you did something to fool us. This is fantastic.
thanks. I
This
tried to
is
put the trap
fantastic.
in the back
He
here.
looks a bit like a scarecrow, but I think that's part of his appeal. And he has background and thing. What
Yeah,
trouble is this?
I tried to
Juma?
do a bit of it. Um,
Yes, you see how friends is carry and they don't bring you back. Juma talking about, oh, I can't draw. See me
I
bringing
never
my
said
C
that.
game. See me bringing my C game for Juma. And look what happened.
I
A
never said
whole
that.
man.
I never said I could draw. I admitted to being able to draw.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. Jamila said that I did draw scarecrow. Jamila, come, why you don't draw something, Jamila?
I think his scarecrow look works. It works.
Yeah, he's kind of like
It works.
when I saw the thing, I envisioned him sitting on a rock with his legs crossed. That's what I saw. So I had to draw the whole.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I think I would need a reference to cross legs as well as your farmer was doing. I need a reference for that.
yeah.
So kudos, man.
Thanks. I used to draw comics.
Yeah, after God, my walk now. Oh gosh.
Definitely you don't have to do that. And even if I was considering that, trust me, I wouldn't come near you. You know, I'd be like, let me stay away. They'll destroy me with the cool drawings.
Oh gosh, I'm taking all the flattery. Thanks.
You know. Let me see what feedback we're getting on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Do we have any drawings in the chat?
Let me see. Okay, let me read the comments first. Well, Jamila said, wow. Where we have Micaiah says, wow. Micaiah says, talent. You know, we get some hashtags.
Yeah, you sneak attack us. You sneak attack us there.
Both of those were amazing. That's what Mark is saying. Thank you, Mark. We appreciate that.
Thank
Jamila is
you.
throwing up her bulbs as well. Micaiah said, Jumana's intro. Ha. And he's saying nice as well. Micaiah is saying, I love it. Dana saying, oh, Juma, I went along those lines as well. Dana, show us your drawings. Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments, please.
Let's see what you did, if you did something. Mine has a big eye and in a cornfield. I want to see that drawing. Trust me. I want to see it.
That song like perfect.
Yes, it sounds. Jamila's laughing at the scarecrow comment. Micaiah saying, ha ha, scarecrow farmer. Okay. Dina's also saying, I know my limits. And Dina's saying she has a big eye farmer. And Micah saying, Juma has a lot of details. Rachel has the expression. You know, that's the difference, you know? I went kind of
Yeah,
macro.
yeah.
Rachel went into the details. You know, she wanted to nail the curious farmer. I was just thinking farmer. You know,
Yeah.
how farmer can
Oh
you?
no, yeah, that always in the back of my head, I'm thinking, what is the story?
Right.
So when I draw something, even if it's a thing that's 2 inches or if it's a book, there's always a story that could be read behind the illustration, and so I kind of on steroids where that is concerned. Always a backstory.
I love that.
Yeah,
Always think about the story when you're drawing. What's the story? What's the backstory? I
yes,
love that. I love that.
definitely.
So if anyone wants to do this challenge, they can go to Rachel's website and go to the link is at the bottom, the Idea Making Gizmo. That
Yeah.
is smooth.studio/idea making gizmo. Go to there and you can do your own farmer who is curious reading a book or something else, whatever.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say it generates randomly, so chances of getting a curious farmer reading a book again are very slim.
Very slim. It's like 60,000 different options.
Yes, yeah. I had a friend do the math for me. So
Yes.
that checks out. That checks out.
Checks out. Let me and we have it up. Let me just show them what it looks like again. It looks kind of like this. This is what it looks like when you get there. You'll see the whole Idea Making Gizmo, and you'll see the thing. And if you were not ready, you could click on the I was not ready, and it will generate a new one for you. And this one would be a weak dragon eating a cupcake. I wish we had gotten that one.
Oh no. I'm glad we didn't get that. My
Yeah.
dragon's always weird looking.
Yes, the dragons. I don't like the weak dragon part though. I like to draw strong dragons.
Oh no, definitely neck drooping, everything downward. My dragon will be weak for sure.
You said
Because I
you're
would,
thinking about the story of like why the dragons.
yeah. I would nail the weak part.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All right, so before we close and come in for a landing, we are at 46 minutes right now. I know I promised you 45 minutes today. What do you want to share with the people in terms of your content and the type of things that you do? Clearly, the people saw what you do. We didn't have to talk about the actual thing too much, but give
Right.
some final words for the people on the show here on the live stream about utilizing their creativity and learning to draw and things of that nature. What would you tell everybody in the useful content community?
Okay, so I would say that illustration is a fantastic teaching tool. One that I find myself using a lot because I have a younger audience who I teach and who from next month I will be their teacher henceforth. We've signed up for homeschooling. So I'll be homeschooling 3 primary schoolers. But illustration is a way to share ideas with fewer words.
Yes.
And it's a skill that anybody could learn.
Yes.
Anybody. And there are basic principles that you could pick up and supercharge your teaching and supercharge your time with your children. Because sometimes, we don't just do lessons. Sometimes we do Pictionary. Sometimes we do boy, girl, animal, place, thing, total, a whole number of things that you could sneak schoolwork into.
Yes.
And make it all the more fun with illustration. So my intention in the past and more strongly going forward is to teach people that skill of illustration and to demonstrate how we could use it in different lessons. So the content is for anybody who likes to draw, who wants to learn to draw, but certainly parents who feel like they want to reach their children on an individual level. You will benefit from what I am going to share.
Yes, wonderful. And just as a last comment, Sheldon is saying on Facebook, he's saying, "Great job, both of you all." He'll scroll up, right?
Thank you, Sheldon.
Sheldon's one of my good friends. So Sheldon, you can learn to draw too. Just go to studio and you also have a YouTube channel. Oh, was that?
Sneak attack people like Juma with a full body farmer. Yeah.
Yeah. I never denied the ability. I just said
Yeah. But you come on like DEFCON 10 one time. Even wait. You say, well, Rachel, let me do 2 challenges. The boom, a whole farmer with a newspaper and a tractor. And the only thing was missing was the guy crops.
Yeah. I was gonna put some dashing and thing, but
You see? To embarrass the Lord people here in the life.
All right, that's great. Sheldon is saying he's laughing at the the comments. So thanks, Sheldon, for being on and for listening. All right, so this is great. This has been a great conversation. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. I'm not sure if the theme song playing, we hear any sound, but if you hear any sound, let me know. Sheldon is saying he can't draw to save his life. Sheldon is an excellent chef. He can still cook to save his life. He's
good, but, he will cook for the artist. He don't have to worry about that.
He'll cook for
the artist needs sustenance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone so much for joining us today on the Useful Content Creation Show, the Saturday edition with me and with Rachel and Smirk Studio. Go to the website, check it out, smirk.studio. She's doing excellent work across there. Link up with her on LinkedIn as well, and check her out if you want to get your illustrations done right. Thank you so much, Rachel, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And we will talk to you again soon on the Useful Content Creation Show. Bye, community. Throw your bulbs up before we go. And I'll see you on the platform.